Who who's your daddy, England? That is that is the question everybody's wondering. This is the hot new topic. This is the hot new topic that is who is who is Barney's daddy? Um some people have phoned in saying it's
It's
Teddy.
me. It's me.
Oh,
Sorry, it's me. I vote third party. It's me. I'm Barney's dad. Don't think about the logistics. Don't think about anything of any context or substance. It is me. I'm the father. I pregnanted that boy. That sounds questionable.
clip that out
That's all gone. I meant the idea of I gave birth to him, not anything else. That sounds really questionable.
That's staying in. That's staying in.
That's staying in.
Ash's blunder. I will say Ash has tried to impregnate that boy, but for legal reasons he hasn't. Yeah.
It's not what I said.
Moving on very quickly. Who is the father of Barney? Well, it's supposedly not I was going to say Martin. Zach. It's supposedly Zach. Because 16 years ago, to the date that Barney was given birth to, apparently a few months before that, Nicola and Zach had a hookup. All of you hear him, and well, wouldn't you know it, Barney is conceived. So yeah,
it was one of those weird things where they teased it and they said it at the start, where it's like, oh, Zach and Nicola have history, and then people are just like, oh, is he Barney's dad? And then I went, no way, dickheads, no way. He's definitely Teddy's kid, isn't he? He's definitely Teddy's kid. Wrong. And then in the anniversary where Martin went, bloody hell, you had when did you and Nicola hook up 16 years ago? Oh, oh. Then immediately everybody knew. You know, there was no questions at that point. They explicitly went, yes, yes, sir. Yes, it's a kind of wild one because Zach he's not really done much. He's done a lot and he's done very little. He had a lot of storylines in like 2022, and then he had Whitney's exit storyline. And since then, he's just kind of been floundering around. And you wonder how they're going to treat him because, in a sense, he is a bit more of a legacy character at this point. He is Sharon's brother, and as long as Sharon's on the show, it feels like Zach is. As long as the actor wants to stay, feels like Zach will probably stay there because EastEnders made the questionable choice of just, not having Sharon have any family members, really, like they just didn't really have much family for Sharon to be with, and they kind of made Martin like a surrogate brother in a way. But at the same time, they she didn't really have many people to bounce off. She didn't really have many people to react to in her family. So with having Zach there, and now by making Zach Barney's dad, that now makes it more of an intriguing prospect because now Zach has some family ties to the square, some more family ties and some more legacy, because that's what you want to do. At the end of the day, a lot of these characters are there they have their character, they have their storylines. Usually they have a kid or two, so their legacy can be continued. And it's kind of a funny thing as well. Just after the precedent of where Teddy was being like, "Oh, hey Sharon, you okay?" As Sharon's plowing Grant Mitchell, and now the week later, he just got a fetish for it or something. Now it's going to be revealed that Barney's not even his kid. He's got a historical incident to his name now. That's the second time in 2 weeks. He's getting fucked on.
Where was that? Where was that person who was trying to fuck on me?
They've set a dangerous. Fuck it. Maybe Teddy. Maybe if you can't have kids, maybe he's at peace with it. I highly doubt it, but it's just kind of a. It's just a funny little set of circumstances. Really, so your wife is now cheating, or not wife, your partner's now cheating on you with her ex-flame, and your other kid who, to be fair, they always did put the angle that that Barney wasn't really like Harry or Teddy. So they did kind of set a bit of a different precedent. And alternatively, if we just take it from like the most like English teacher analyze this sentence, Barney's a little bit different than Harry or Teddy. It's one syllable, not one syllable, two syllables. Oh fuck it, I'm too lazy for this. I'm too lazy for this. But point being, he was always put at odds. It's always put to be. He's not quite like us. He's not quite a Mitchell in the same way. And now, suddenly, he isn't actually Teddy's kid, which is kind of an interesting angle. It's still yet to see what Teddy really does on the show at this point, because he has been here for, at least over a year now?
Nearly a year, yeah.
So it's nearly been a year. He did have the full guns blazing, I'm the new Mitchell, bitch. I'm the juggernaut, look at me. He did have the full Monty of an introduction. But generally, since getting with Sharon, he has naturally just pitted out and has kind of become a complete non-issue and an afterthought. Which is, interesting. Not really the way I would have spun it. I probably would have had Teddy Mitchell kind of try assert himself as King Mitchell, but still Phil's there and you can't really usurp Phil off that throne. Yeah, just, I don't know, what do you think about the direction of Teddy? They've introduced him as an interesting character, but now they've taken one of his kids away from him and he's getting cheated on. Does it affect the character or is it just him getting more screen time?
It is funny because people are also speculating that Sharon is pregnant and is going to have a third child. A
wonder child.
So now I know this is going to sound very bad, but can we also reckon the fact that Harry isn't his kid either? So like he has no kids. Like they're all separate parents.
Yeah, but who would be Harry's kid though? He does look and act like Teddy though. That's the problem.
Yeah, but it could be Teddy's brother.
Billy.
Billy.
It's Billy.
It's Billy.
Billy's his dad, actually.
Yeah, Billy had a one-night stand somewhere in Magaluf, and history's history. Now I know because EastEnders fans aren't really up to these terminologies, but I do love for youngins like us.
Why is he turn into a farmer? No, I know that the EastEnders fandom aren't really a part of these new terminologies, these young'uns. But like, he's getting cucked, isn't he?
Exactly. He's getting cooked, isn't he? Like, does he have a knack for it or something? Like, whoa, like
maybe he likes it.
Like, do we like I know that's not the direction.
Look, Sharon, I'm sad that you cheated on me, but next time let me in the room. Bloody hell, come on, not asking for much. But I'm a simple man.
I know they're not going to do it, but I really want them now to make him where he's a cook man. He loves being cooked. Like he was there when Zach and Nicola hooked up. He was there. He wanted to be there when Grant and Sharon hooked up. But it also means
he's in the little chair, in the little chair next to the bed. This is a weird tone for an EastEnders video. Who cares?
He's reading the Bible, But
he's thumping the Bible. That's what he's doing. Dirty boy.
But yeah,
tell me more, Sharon.
How hard is he hitting you? That's the question. How hard is he giving those back shots? But the thing is, like, I love the fact that like Barney isn't his kid. That's just great to me. But I do want them to wreck on the fact that Harry isn't his kid either. That he is just notoriously just a cook. It's just
keeping it back on track though. We've had our fun, but like storyline wise, Barney is Zach's kid. But with how they've generally taken the new Mitchells, do we think that Zach actually tries to step up as a dad, or do you reckon Barney's kind of got that natural? He is a Mitchell at the core. He's got those family fundamentals. Like, even though Zach will now technically be his dad probably is still gonna be Teddy. If we had to guess, like, I highly doubt his allegiance will change as such, just because Zach was the one who won the race. Really good swimmers in that family. But Like, do you think it really changes it? Does Zach actually become his dad, or what? I don't know.
I think it becomes a storyline where, like, obviously he is revealed to be the dad as we know this week. But I think this will be a kind of like, I don't want to say long running, but it will kind of feel
Slow
like,
burn.
yeah, like, does Barney choose to grow with Zach, or does he stay with Teddy?
Why is it like the thing where you split up with your ex, but you had a dog, and it's like, all right, who do you choose? Who do you choose, Barney? Come to me, Barney. You can read books at mine. I've got a good library and everything. No, but Barney, I raised you, Barney. Come back, Barney. And then he votes third party and says, you guys are both shit.
But yeah,
I'll raise them myself.
he makes pancakes for himself and no one else. But I would like, I just want it to be a slow burn storyline, because I do like the idea of Zach being his dad, because then that would mean Zach has two kids, and that would mean technically Barney has a sister. Well, two sisters technically.
Yeah,
I
two
know,
sisters.
I know. Technically, people are going to get mad saying that Brittany is not a sister.
I mean, Zach never really adopted Brittany. Let's be honest.
Well, no, Brittany was more like a Team Seal hostage takeover, where Whitney just went, you're mine now. So yeah, fair enough. I am yours. Yeah, thank you. Just yeah, fair enough.
Yep, sound.
Yeah, just, and I'm not kidnapping you. It is technically kidnapping, but you did agree.
I mean, look, if you found like if you're a person who's like a homemaker like type, like a brute, like a once kids type person, and you see someone who's had the same shit life that you've had, you go, maybe you don't kidnap them. Ultimately, you don't do that. But if they're on the outs of their family, you say, hey, I'll help you. I don't want you to go through the same things I went through.
And by technicality, since Brittany has brother, that means then he has more family members. So he has two sisters and two brothers. So yeah.
Exactly.
But I know EastEnders are going to forget about that third brother, because they don't even acknowledge Brittany. But yeah.
Yeah.
So technically, by substance, Zach is technically a Mitchell then, because he did slept with a Mitchell.
Well,
he
yeah, but it doesn't make him one. He's not wearing the Mitchell outfit like uniform.
But by technicality, he is. So he's also Den Watts' I know he's not actually Den Watts' kid before everyone gets mad at me, but he's technically a Watts man who shagged a Mitchell woman, not man, who shagged a Mitchell woman, and now has a Mitchell kid, and he's also had a child who's with the Jacksons. So hold on here. So he's technically related to a woman who's known by the Watts, right? And what's his original? What was his original last name?
Sullivan. I don't know. Is he just a Hudson? I don't remember.
He's a Hudson, I think. So he's a Hudson who has a sister who's a Watts, who shagged a Mitchell, and his second child is a Jackson. He has five last names. Let's go.
I mean, it's just kind of a funny thing where it doesn't technically Barney become now related to Sharon as her nephew. So she's now technically her nephew, and she's with her dad.
Yeah.
But I don't know why we've gone into like family ties, but it's still funny. It's just the family trees on EastEnders are mental. But yeah, I don't think that Barney will just become Zach's kid overnight. Like, I do think there'll be a slow burn, as Piggy suggested, that, he's probably quite resistant at the start, but in the end, he starts to kind of appreciate him a bit more. Obviously, Teddy is still his dad, and he has raised him through and through. But I can only imagine the comparisons between Barney not being a proper Mitchell as such will probably continue and get larger and larger, and at some point he'll kind of sit with Zach, and at the end of the day I don't really think either parent will really understand them other than Nicola. But also it kind of opens up the doors, like, does Nicola for some reason, do her and Zach decide maybe let's roll back the years, let's go and have a nostalgia trip 16 years ago to the day,
Another child, let's
but
go.
connect the dots with what I'm trying to say there. Does because it's always I feel like if I have to make like a bold take, I do feel like Nicola's going to be way bigger than Teddy in the future. Like I think that Teddy has the potential to be a character who sticks around, but he's also got the potential to just vanish in about 2 years' time, as they don't give him any real big storylines to do. But Nicola, I feel like Nicola has that leading lady potential. Kind of like how Emma did if she wasn't written like absolute garbage. Because, you could imagine Patsy Kensit in the role. Imagine her and Phil did get together. Like, whoa, fucking hell. But still, it's flogging a dead horse. But then I also predicted that Reese was going to last about 25 years. So that was a bold prediction. But fundamentally, I do think that Nicola has that kind of EastEnders, like, if we suggest a bunch of the newly made characters, Nicola has great potential to become iconic to me, with how she's like portrayed. But it's just a matter of time to see whether they actually give her the substance to work with. And this storyline seems like it is the start. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to see how exactly they do this story, with Barney being Zach's kid as opposed to Teddy's, and the fallout, and in general. I hope they don't go ahead and somehow get Barney and Nicola back together. Barney and Nicola. Teddy and Nicola back together.
Whoops. That's the second.
Full absolute Freudian slips here, apparently. But I hope they don't get them back together. I don't really want to see that go. Like, in terms of couples that have been established that you'd want to see, Ravi and Priya, for example. Love to see them back together. Do I want Nicola and Teddy? No, not really. I want to see her do literally anything. Going to do literally anything.
But just a question: what does that make Alvy to Barney then?
Cousin? Nephew? I don't know.
That's going to be a weird cookout if you think about it. Cookout, because it's going to have the Mitchells, the Jacksons, the Watts. That's...
I mean, and none of them are on the screen at the same time.
Yeah, I know, but if like technically by long distance, I know it's long distance and people can get mad. Technically, by long distance, Bianca is somehow in that family matter. Bianca is your great auntie or something. Jesus, that is mental. But like, I do love how like, I do love like how Shaq becoming Barney's dad is like people planning the MCU. It's just become a massive timeline, like, of who's.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to this storyline. I want to see it play out. I want there to be an awkward moment where it's like, Barney, you like football? No? You like...
Do you like to cook, Barney? Do you like cooking? I like cooking. Do you like cooking? And then Barney goes, my dad did love cooking. And I was like, that's not what he meant. Anyways, stop that, Barney. And then obviously they cook a lovely little meal together. And we forget about Teddy once again in the corner alone.
Yeah, I do want that. That's my dream. It's just like him trying. It's like him trying to get to know his son. Just like, soccer? Nah. Baseball? Basketball? Books. You like books? I read a book. Peppa Pig Goes to Disneyland. Okay, Shaq. Fair enough. Good book. I personally liked Of Mice and Men. Oh, so Barney, when you meet up...
A big uptake for Biff and Chip Go to the Supermarket. Classic.
Good
old classic.
Just imagining Shaq when he mentions like Of Mice and Men. Do you say the hard R or do you say like a homie? Come on. So yeah, that's the end of the video. See you guys. Let us know down below what you think.
You excited for this twist, etc., etc.? Do you think Teddy should have his own cooking show?
Yeah.
All of the answers in the comment section.